It's truly sad to see that my Gen 1 JAG Arms scattergun is down for the count. It leaks like a senior citizen now, but then again I knew it was a matter of time until it would begin to vent more gas than myself as I wrote this script. However, the faults of the Gen 1 scatterguns didn't go unnoticed, as the guys at JAG Arms reworked this series of gas-powered pump-action shotguns and completely overhauled the quality control to bring us so many new renditions of this shotgun. However, did any of those renditions fix any of the problems that I pointed out in the gameplay I put out for the scatterguns a while back ago? Well, let's see, thanks to AirsoftGI.com, who sent me one of the more aggressive options of the new scatterguns, the SPX. You can actually find this shotgun on the AirsoftGI website for $304 with the link I left in the description down below. So go and check that out if you're interested, or go check out some of the other options of scatterguns I'll leave linked as well. So starting off, to see if this is worth $300, we'll begin with the unboxing, like we always do, with this simple JAG Arms box. It's nothing crazy or super flashy, but inside everything is well packaged as I like for it to be. Funny enough, though, we don't get a manual in this box. Moving on, like I was getting at, this package is held together with some really dense black foam that holds the 6 included 28 round shells, an unjamming/cleaning rod, and the speed loader, which is nice to see included. And that's it. There's nothing else really important in here, so we'll just pick the scattergun out of the box and get on with this review. As I can tell, the build construction is mostly made from aluminum, but the shotgun itself is full metal from the barrel, magazine tube, key mod pump, receiver, and fixed stock, while the only plastic parts consist of the orange tip that us moon landing Americans have to deal with. And of course the M4 style pistol grip, which is actually mil-spec since this is a gas gun after all. Up front, the outer barrel and magazine tube, like I said, are made from metal, but while the outer barrel hides the 3 separate inner barrels, the magazine tube cap can be screwed off to reveal a small storage compartment for your shells like the older scatterguns. No, never mind, that's not true anymore. The tube is actually smaller in diameter now, and shells will just get stuck in here. I learned this the hard way, and it took me over an hour to get this stupid shell out of the tube, so just leave the cap on at the end of the magazine tube and don't mess with it. On top of the barrel, the SPX comes with this metal top rail that extends to the rear of the receiver. This is great for whatever sights or other small accessories that you'd like to add on top of the scattergun, but the included flip-up iron sights that click into place are pretty great already. These sights are clear, adjustable, and the rear sight even has an optional aperture sight, and if you don't want them deployed, just push in the button on the left side and flip them back down. The pump is where the real customization can be shown off, as you get this mil-spec key mod all around it for your flashlights, lasers, grips, and whatever else you would like to add on. Like this very nice metal grip that I'm actually surprised came included in the box. And I'd probably just leave it on if this was my gun, so this is a pretty good pro to list for this gun. I would like to state, however, that the pump does wear down on the magazine tube, as you can see, but this is true for most other shotguns on the market. The pump is still very nice to use, very fun to use, and it takes so little effort to operate. I'm also happy to say that I never had this pump lock on me or jam when using the sample, but you can only pump the scattergun once per trigger pull. You won't be able to pump the shotgun twice before you pull the trigger, however, you can slam fire it all day if you want to, no problem. Lastly, a QD sling point can be found up front under the front sight on both sides, while one can be located above the pistol grip on both sides and on the fixed metal stock. I do like that this gun comes with 2 sling loops that can be swapped to any of the other points on either side, and even though the stock is fixed, it was still usable and I had no real complaints. However, I know some people will really dislike this stock, and that's understandable. Your gas fill valve can be found on the stock tube or buffer tube though, and when it comes to gas consumption, the scattergun is still very good with over 100 shots plus per gas fill on a rather normal warm day in the state of Texas. And no, I didn't have any leaking issues when playing, testing, or just messing around with this scattergun, so I'd like to think that the nightmares of the Gen 1s are finally dead. Or at least I hope I'm not wrong. You can find your crossbolt safety on the trigger guard that works as it should, just like the shell door switch does. Just push the switch upward and the door will open, and if you push it even further upward, a little kicker will activate inside the chamber so as to kick out a shell after you're finished with it, which of course is great for when you need a reload. As you've probably seen, the SPX, just like my old scattergun, has a metal 6-shell saddle on the left side of the receiver, meaning you could go into a game with very little to no gear at all and just run this gun. Just throw a shell in, use it up, put it back into the saddle, and grab another one and reload. These shells, by the way, worked fine for me, and you can use whatever TM compatible spring shells you'd like to use with this gun, even though it's a gas gun. They should work fine. The last major point I like to show off is that the 6-round burst finally works on this scattergun, unlike some unlucky owners that got the Gen 1s, including mine. Normally the scatterguns should be set to 3-round burst, but just rack the pump, keep it back, flip the switch, and you'll have 6-round burst for when you really need to lay down the pain at about 330 feet per second. Or at least that was true when I first tried this gun off camera, but with the fresh gas fill, this shotgun is not CQB legal, but if you can get away with purposely half filling this shotgun, then you can probably be allowed into a CQB game if the staff will allow it. Also, chronoing this gun is annoying since I had to load one BB into each shell and reload the gun every time before I could shoot again. As for range, this gun is a bit unique since the hop-up is fixed. Don't use anything like .28 gram BBs with this gun unless you only plan on going for point blank hits, as .2 gram BBs were the only thing that really shot consistently at 80 to 120 feet. But if you can get this scattergun into CQB gaming, then you should be getting some really easy hits as long as you shoot first. And if you switch your shotgun to 6-round burst, then I welcome you to the slutty easy mode of CQB gaming.
I was so close to accidentally shooting 2 birds.
In conclusion, the scatterguns by JAG Arms or JAG Precision still have the potential to be great gas shotguns that can fulfill a lot of roles. I just really hope they expand on this idea to bring out more awesome shotguns that can run on the same system. The SPX 12 is long overdue for a remake, and there are so many other shotguns that we've yet to see in the airsoft world, so if this system can be fully perfected, then why not make some steps forward? For me, I'd want the SPX Scattergun in my collection, and everyone else that got to handle this shotgun liked the look of it as well. Just get yourself maybe 12 to 18 shells, and just go wild. You're sure to have some real fun with this gas pump action shotgun, especially in CQB. But is it worth $300? Well, I'll leave that up to you guys. Comment your opinions down below or show this video some love with a like, which really helps me out now. I'm also free to share my experiences with the scattergun or just answer some questions, so like I said, just comment down below all your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you guys again in the next video. But I'd like to thank Airsoft GI who sponsored this review, JAG Precision, these past commenters for all the support, the notification squad, and the first 300 people that like my videos regularly. The last video made 700 likes so far, and all of that was awesome to see, so thank you all for that. But until our next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Hollenbeck, and I'll be sure to see you all next time.
I'm surprised I got through the entire shooting portion of this video on just one gas fill. Maybe I shouldn't be.